The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that John Finnegan may soon have a shower spy. Will Dylan find that she can't take her eyes off her new obsession? Dylan was distraught over wiping Finn's daughter off the map, so she visited him with updates and a heartfelt apology following Luna Nozawa's demise. Finn offered plenty of reassurance and pulled Dylan into a warm embrace, so something may have shifted inside for the potentially lonely teacher. Dylan was traumatized multiple times by Luna, who held her hostage before the shooting chaos went down. Of course, Dylan also accidentally ran over Luna with her car, so all of this has really taken a toll on her. Dylan seemed touched over Finn's forgiveness and the sweet words he offered her in a difficult moment. Finn is a kind, attractive man with so many wonderful qualities, so no one could blame Dylan if she developed a crush. However, between Dylan's trauma and B&B's need for another out-of-control character, there are good reasons to worry about the path Dylan is headed down. That brings us to some intriguing B&B spoilers for the December 26th episode. That's when Dylan will gather at the beach house with Finn, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Will Spencer, and Elektra Forrester. If this story were just about Elektra and Will, it would have been easy to leave Steffi and Finn out of it. The fact that Finn and Steffi will be at the beach house for this party too is interesting. The show also released a preview video for the week of December 22 to 26 that shows Finn rinsing off under Will's outdoor shower. Finn's about to put that sizzling six-pack of his on full display. So what if Dylan ends up spying nearby? This could be a sign that Dylan is getting a little too fixated on Finn and might be a hint about where this storyline is going. Will just had a stalker story involving Luna, and before that, Elektra had one of her own since Remy Price was obsessed with her. Maybe it'll be Finn's turn to have a stalker scare if Dylan's potential crush spirals into disturbing territory. Will and Elektra will invite Dylan to stay the night with them, but maybe their role in all this is a bit of a red herring. Dylan's real obsession might be with Finn and could give him a new storyline along with Steffi. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some wild Dylan news could be coming up, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. On The Bold and the Beautiful, the holidays are upon us, and Thomas Forrester's return has caused waves already. Will this be more than Hope can take? Having to work with her ex? Well, folks, just when you thought things were settling down at Forrester Creations, the revolving door of designers spins again. This time, it spat out a very familiar face. Thomas Forrester is back, and if you believe his pitch, he's here strictly to rescue Hope for the future. But let's be real. When has Thomas ever done anything strictly for business? Monday's episode gave us the shakeup we all knew was coming, but dreaded anyway. Poor Deke. Deacon's son really did try, didn't he? Was unceremoniously booted to make room for the proven talent. And who better to steer the ship than the man who once steered the line into chaotic waters? Ridge seems convinced that Thomas is the magic ingredient the line needs, but Hope's face during that meeting said it all. She looked about as comfortable as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. The tension in that office was thick enough to cut with a fabric shear. Thomas strolled in, acknowledging Deke's firing with all the casualness of someone ordering a coffee, and immediately promised to take the line to the next level. Sure, he can't commit to Los Angeles full-time, but he's ready to make appearances. It's the perfect setup, close enough to cause trouble, distant enough to have plausible deniability. The real kicker, though? The private little chat Thomas insisted on having with Hope afterward. He congratulated her on her recent wedding to Liam with a smile that seemed, well, almost genuine. He called Liam a lucky guy. He promised that their messy history was just that. History. He's moved on. He wants to recreate the magic. Do we buy it? Not for a second. Thomas is playing the long game here. By acting like the supportive, non-threatening ex who just wants the best for her career, he disarms her. He makes her look paranoid when she complains. "Oh, Hope, I'm just here to work," it screams. But we know Thomas. His goals rarely stop at hem lengths and fabric choices. Can they work together? In the short term, the fashion will likely be spectacular because, let's face it, their creative chemistry has always been undeniable. But emotionally, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Hope is already off-kilter, and forcing her to collaborate with the man who has been obsessed with her for years, while she's trying to settle into married life with Liam, is a recipe for absolute chaos. Thomas says he wants to recreate the magic, but usually, when Thomas Forrester starts casting spells, someone ends up cursed. Watch this space, because hope for the future might just end up being a blast from the past that hope can't escape. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Tuesday, December 23rd, reveal that Eric Forrester will have an emotional visit, but Donna Logan Forrester will make a tempting pitch and try to lift his spirits. B&B fans know Eric agreed to try doing things Ridge Forrester's way, which means he's retiring from Forrester Creations. However, Eric will struggle with the reality of that decision as he stops by the office again. On Tuesday's episode, Eric will spend some time reflecting on his career and everything he built for his family. Although Eric deserves a break after putting so many years into Forrester, he doesn't really want to walk away and stop making memories there. Eric would rather relaunch his career instead, but he knows he's not really needed and wanted at Forrester Creations anymore. That'll be tough for Eric to accept, so he'll mull over some difficult emotions and try to wrap his head around what's next. Brooke Logan Forrester will also stop by the Forrester mansion, where she'll chat with Donna now that they both know about Katie Spencer's new fashion house. There's a good chance Katie will offer Eric a fresh opportunity to design and feel useful again down the road. In the meantime, Eric will get another tempting offer instead, namely, one from a hopeful Donna. It turns out Donna will urge Eric to celebrate Christmas and focus on his family. Although Donna will acknowledge that Eric's disappointed over stepping back from Forrester, she won't think he should miss out on all the holiday fun. Once Donna proposes making Christmas extra special this year instead, Eric will ultimately get on board. In fact, Eric will end up playing Santa at the upcoming gathering while Donna dresses up as Mrs. Claus. That news is sure to delight Hayes Finnegan and Kelly Spencer by midweek. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Donna and Eric will make sure this is a holiday to remember, so stay tuned for updates on all the festivities. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Monday, December 22, reveals that Thomas Forrester weighed in on Liam Spencer and Hope Logan Spencer's marriage, while Remy Price was on a forgiveness mission. At Il Giardino, Deke Sharp arrived looking glum and admitted to Deacon Sharp that he was out at Forrester Creations since Thomas wanted to make a comeback. When Deacon wondered if Hope Logan knew, Deke explained that Hope had been forced to give him the news. Deacon offered sympathy and a job at the restaurant if Deke needed something while he figured out his next move. While Deacon stepped away to deal with a work issue, Remy showed up and approached Deke. When Deke hinted about not being up for this conversation today, Remy pushed him to spill what was wrong. Deke filled Remy in on getting cut at Forrester Creations, so Remy offered some comfort before launching another spiel about their love changing him. Remy just hoped that Deke could forgive him one day. In the Forrester showroom, Donna Logan Forrester showed up to find Brooke Logan Forrester embracing Katie Spencer and got updates on Katie leaving the company for her new fashion house opportunity. At Spencer Publications, Liam was blown away by Bill Spencer's wedding gift to Katie. Bill was brimming with confidence about everything Katie would accomplish. Later, Katie met up with Bill and filled him in on her conversation with Brooke and Donna. Bill made another speech about his love and belief in Katie as she got ready to tackle this exciting fashion house venture. Back at Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester worked to convince Hope that Thomas and Zendi Forrester Dominguez were exactly what her line needed, especially since it had been on shaky ground for so long. Thomas appeared and played up how great his return would be for the relaunch. Hope saw the designs that Thomas and Zendi had been working on remotely together. Thomas also pointed out that he'd be traveling back and forth from Paris whenever he was needed in Los Angeles. Although Hope saw the value in what Thomas and Zendi brought to the table, she was still bummed about what all this meant for Deke. In the design office, Thomas spoke with Hope privately and offered some congratulatory words about her nuptials. Thomas admitted he heard all about the wedding from Douglas Forrester and seemed happy for Hope. Liam was a lucky guy as far as Thomas was concerned. Since Hope had moved on, and Thomas had moved on too, he gave her his word that working together wouldn't be a problem. Thomas just wanted to get back to creating together, so he insisted he wouldn't let Hope down. Next on Monday's B&B episode, Brooke told Ridge about Bill giving Katie a fashion house. Ridge scoffed and insulted Bill's personal fashion choices before Brooke acknowledged that she had doubts about Katie's new path. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers say Katie will have a lot to prove as the storyline moves along. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers for the next 3 weeks, December 22nd to January 9th, reveal that Katie Spencer will go after some team players, while Eric Forrester presumably gets a second chance at the design career he still wants. A new Dylan mystery will also get underway. So let's talk about all the excitement. The week of December 22 to 26 will bring Deke Sharp's difficult updates, since it looks like he'll fill Deacon Sharp in on his Forrester firing. Remy Price will also make an appearance, so he may console Deke and hope this leads to their reconciliation soon. Over with Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan Spencer, they'll have a tense discussion about Hope for the future and the direction it's headed in now. Hope may acknowledge that Thomas has designed for her successfully in the past, but she may push him to respect her marriage to Liam Spencer and understand that work will be the extent of their relationship. As for Brooke Logan Forrester, she'll open up to Donna Logan Forrester and perhaps voice concerns about Katie being in over her head on this new fashion house. Some holiday merriment will eventually kick off, so look for Brooke to get a sweet gift from Ridge Forrester, while John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester Finnegan smooch underneath the mistletoe. By Steffi Nace and Finn will ultimately take Kelly Spencer and Hayes Finnegan to the Forrester estate, where Eric will dress up as Santa, with Mrs. Claus, aka Dressed Up Donna, by his side. Carter Walton will also bring Daphne Rose to the Christmas party, so they'll share a romantic kiss before all the guests gather around the piano for the usual holiday song. After a repeat episode airs on December 25th, B&B viewers will see a new show on December 26th as Brooke and Ridge visit Bill Spencer's office. That's where Katie will offer up a slideshow and reveal all the details she's already nailed down regarding her fashion house, including what she's decided to call it. Bill will rush to Katie's defense if Ridge and Brooke try to act like she's not up for this challenge. At the beach house, Dylan will get an offer she didn't see coming. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester will catch Dylan off guard by encouraging her to spend the night. During the week of December 29th to January 2nd, there should be some hints about where the show's going with this Dylan situation. Could Dylan develop a fixation like the one Luna Nozawa had? There might be a twist if Dylan gets obsessed with both Will and Electra. Whatever the case, there'll be some Dylan developments, along with some potential New Year's Eve parties, since that holiday's coming up too. Back with Katie, she may begin assembling her fashion team. Deke has a lot of potential as a designer, so Katie might snatch him up now that Forrester has cut him loose. Hope might even be tempted to join Deke at Katie's new fashion house, especially if she continues to feel shut out of decisions on her line at Forrester. Naturally, Katie's fashion house could bring an amazing opportunity for Eric as well, one that could bring him out of his short-lived retirement. The week of January 5th to 9th will inevitably bring additional conflict for the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers. The more work Katie does in preparation for her fashion house, the more riled Ridge and Brooke may get. Ridge won't be happy about Katie hiring Forrester rejects and potentially even poaching current employees. It could lead to Ridge feuding with Eric again if his dad accepts a job offer. Ridge may think Katie's fashion house is going to fail and worry about Eric associating the Forrester name with this fiasco. Of course, Eric may stand his ground and insist he's going to help Katie make her new project a success instead. This might even lead to a wager between Ridge and Eric, so stay tuned for more news on what's in store for the father and son. The Bold and the Beautiful. Spoilers say the next 3 weeks will bring plenty of dramatic moments. Eric Forrester was forced to retire early and is not feeling the Christmas spirit on The Bold and the Beautiful. In the December 23rd episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric told Donna that he wasn't in the mood for Christmas. It made sense since he was forced to retire. Ridge scrambled to save the day and possibly save Christmas for the Forresters. The Forrester mansion was all decked out for Christmas. However, Eric wasn't exactly feeling the holiday spirit. He told Donna that he wasn't in the mood for Christmas this year, especially since he had to retire early. It was Ridge's and Brooke's idea for Eric to retire, not his. Seeing of his son and daughter-in-law, they showed up at the Forrester mansion, where Donna shared the news that Eric had to leave because he wasn't feeling the holiday spirit. Ridge went to look for him, while Brooke comforted Donna. The ladies discussed Eric's retirement and how hard it has been on him lately. Meanwhile, Eric returned to his old stomping grounds at Forrester Creations, where he reminisced about his iconic career. He saw a photo of his late wife, Stephanie, on the desk, and told her that getting old wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, but he was going to make the most of it. Ridge knew exactly where to find his dad. He had a feeling that he would be back behind his desk. Eric admitted that Ridge caught him mulling over his past, but he claimed that he was popping in to see if anything's changed. Ridge told him he could pop in anytime he wanted. It was his company. He could do whatever he pleased. His son reminded him that Christmas is coming. There's still a lot of work to be done. Then, he asked his father, Watson, what he's been doing lately. Eric wasn't in the mood to share his feelings, but Ridge wanted to know what was going on with him lately. He also wanted him to know that he didn't have to go through this alone. There will be another Forrester Christmas party. This will give them the opportunity to create memories and celebrate the season together. Eric admitted that he didn't want to let anyone down. Ridge told him that he never let anyone down and that his family loved him. The father-son duo hugged. Ridge subsequently allowed Eric to have his moment alone in the office. He told him that he would stop by on Christmas Day. Then, he left the office. Eric giggled over their conversation. Then, he headed into the showroom, where he looked around. Then, he grabbed something on the rack that was hidden underneath a garment bag. Eric told himself that he had made the greatest design of his life, and everyone would see it tomorrow. He still hoped he could change his family's mind about his retirement. But will it work? Annika Noel shows that it's not all work on the B&B set. Annika Noel usually has a busy day filming for The Bold and the Beautiful, but during a recent break on set, the actress engaged in one of her favorite pastimes, dancing. Key takeaways. Noelle is busy filming the latest drama for her B&B character Hope. Between Hope and Liam's wedding, Thomas's return, and the recent shakeups at Forrester Creations, Noelle has many scenes to tape. However, during a recent rehearsal, the star decided to take a much-needed dance break. Dancing is one of Noelle's favorite pastimes, and she often posts videos of her moves on social media. Her latest Instagram video proved that not only is Noelle a good dancer, but she also has a good sense of humor. The actress, dressed in a blue robe, was memorizing her lines in the FC's office when the lights started flickering. A panicked Noelle then ran outside the studio, where she put on her headphones and danced to the B&B theme. "If you know, you know," she captioned the post. Noelle's dance moves earned praise from her co-stars. "The hips seem to be working well," wrote Don Diamont. "Absolutely love you," Diamond White commented. However, Lawrence St. Victor was upset not to be included in the video. "So I guess we're making dance videos by ourselves now." While Noelle was without her co-star and dance partner, fans still enjoyed the video. "Love every moment of this," wrote one follower. "I hope to see much more videos in 2026. Great work, Annika," one fan replied. Noelle's dance videos have become a popular attraction on her Instagram page. Most of the time, the actress isn't alone and has her B&B co-stars joining in the fun. Last month, she and her on-screen brother, Harrison Cohn, danced in the rain outside of B&B's new studio. Then, back in March, she and St. Victor put on their shades and casually danced in the B&B halls and sets. Based on Noelle's posts, it's always a fun time in the studio, and fans will surely get their wish of more dance videos in the new year. Wonder what new dance moves Noelle will break out and who will join her in the videos. Bold and the Beautiful could be setting up a sibling rivalry with Brooke and Katie and Deke and Hope. The Bold and the Beautiful tease the possibility of a sibling rivalry that could heat up in 2026. Katie has a new fashion house, and it could tear apart core families. Recently, Katie informed Brooke about her new fashion house. Her sister was shocked, but said she was proud of her. However, her face tells a different story. She looked concerned, or jealous. Will Brooke get jealous of Katie's fashion house? Brooke was also unsure whether Katie's fashion house would succeed. She told Ridge that her sister doesn't have a household name. However, Katie is determined to put in the work. She knows that she has the backing of Dollar Bill. What more could you need? But Brooke feels that Katie won't be able to make it on her own. She argued that it took Forrester Creations years to establish itself in the fashion industry, but she could end up wanting some of that success for herself. After all, Ridge has never given Brooke her own fashion house, and it's unlikely that he ever will. Meanwhile, Hope had to fire Deke from Forrester Creations. He was replaced by Thomas, who wants to return as the lead designer of Hope for the Future. This wasn't Hope's idea. Steffi and Ridge were the ones who made the final call. She had to go along with it and is willing to get along with Thomas in order to have a successful line. Deke could end up at Katie's new fashion house instead. He might want to prove himself with his own couture collection inspired by his older sister or his love for urban chic. Meanwhile, Hope will continue to work with Thomas despite their complicated past. She could get jealous that Deke's getting more attention for his fashion line. Spencer will have something that Forrester lacks: young, aspiring talent who can offer a fresh take on the current fashion landscape. It's unlikely that Hope will walk away from a collaboration with Thomas and Zenda. After all, she wants her line to be a hit, even though that means she can't work with her brother anymore. Her close-knit relationship with Thomas could cause her to butt heads with Deke, who could jump onto a competing fashion house. Their fashion wars will be translated onto the runway. In the meantime, Brooke will watch Katie's fashion house turn into an empire from the sidelines, and she might crave some of that success for herself.